First of all, it's not true that all male characters in this movie are scumbags. Kaguya possesses a special ability called charm, so she can distort the judgments and actions of the men around her. I read this thick book about cosmology back in my elementary school. It was too hard for me to fully understand back then, but the explanation of a gravity field fascinated me. The book said, imagine there is a thin film of rubber stretched 1 meter above the floor inside the entire classroom. You drop a bowling ball onto that rubber film. Then the ball sinks into the rubber. Now imagine there are marbles around the bowling ball. They'd be sucked into the concave. The marbles rolling toward different directions would also dynamically change their courses because of that concave. This is a gravitational field. A strong gravity possesses a force to distort what's around them. Same goes with Kaguya. Her charm power distorts the relationships, desires, or the determination of the people around her. She emits a strong gravitational field. But Kaguya shouldn't be held responsible for what she does because she can't control it. It's almost as if the smell of the silver vine is leaking out from her armpits. If that was the case, of course the cats would go nuts. And if that happened, of course she would end up hating cats. She would think all cats are scumbags. They all come for my armpits. It's neither the cat's fault nor Kaguya's. Cats automatically lose all logic if they smell silver vine. Her charm is portrayed in this movie as something that human beings basically can't resist. It's not a matter of how strong your reasons are. It's irresistible. Any man on the earth is enchanted once they listen to the sound of Kaguya's Japanese harp. It's something they can't fight against as long as they are humans. Now, there's a scene that proves my point. This image. At a glance, they all look identical. This is a scene after 1 hour, 8 minutes, and 55 seconds on DVD. If you have a DVD, please check later. These 5 images are taken from one scene that is 20 seconds long. 20 seconds without any motion? Actually, there is. Let me show you. It's hard to tell. So, inside these circles, a butterfly is flying. Like this. Okay? The only movement in this 20-second scene is this butterfly flying around in the room. Those who know classic Japanese literature should be familiar with a history book called Azuma Kagami that describes butterflies as a symbol of something mysterious or a monstrous being bewitching people. In Chinese literature, butterflies are used to express phantasms. But according to Azuma Kagami, the butterfly indicates that something mysterious will happen now. Takahata thinks all Japanese people should know that indication. 20 seconds of butterfly flying. For him, that's enough explanation to say that these men are all bewitched. I'm sorry, Takahata. That's simply not enough. At this very moment, the 5 nobles are being bewitched by Kaguya's charm power. Of course, when they first hear about Kaguya and ox cart race to meet her, they were just horny. That's all there was to it. But as they wait to see Kaguya and hear the sound of her harp, they are bewitched, which is explained visually by the butterfly. Since then, they lose sanity. So when Kaguya gives all the impossible demands for 3 years, they show sincerity. One really goes on a long trip. One travels underwater. One risks his life to reach for a swallow's nest that is high up on a building. And one risks all his fortune to try to make a fake item. Sure, they don't look cool, but they surely have great enthusiasm. And that's all because Kaguya has used her charm to bewitch them. Simply put, they are victims, which is hard to tell. Well, Takahata spent a good 20 seconds telling us what happened. If you see the storyboard he wrote,